He found me broken on the roadside of shame. I heard him call me gently by my name. I've got something to shout about, like the lepers who cried, "Have mercy, Lord." He touched my soul and I was restored. I've got something to shout about. He blesses each day through the night till dawn wakes up. I've seen his mercy, I felt his hand. Now I'm gonna praise him like only the saved can. I've got something to shout about. Jesus healed me, turned my life around. From the prison of fear, he called me out. I've got something to shout about. Chains are broken, hope restored. Grace keeps knocking on my front door. My heart's on fire, there ain't no doubt. I've got something to shout about. Like Bartimaeus on the roadside blind, he opened my eyes, now I see the signs. I've got something to shout about. Demons trembled at the sound of his name. He speaks with power and nothing stays the same. I've got something to shout about. He blesses each day through the night till dawn wakes up. But I won't wait till Sunday rolls around. I'm gonna praise him right here and now. I've got something to shout about. He broke my silence, filled me with sound. From the grave of doubt, he pulled me out. Joy like thunder, peace like rain. I'll never be the same again. Lift my voice, let the church ring loud. I've got something to shout about. Oh, I've got something. Oh, I've got something. Oh, I've got something. Oh, I've got something to shout about. Oh, I've got something. Oh, I've got something. Oh, I've got something. I've got something to shout about. Jesus lives and he's working it out. From the cross to the empty ground, I've got something to shout about. Demons flee and mountains move. There's power in the name of truth. From my soul, hear the victory sound. I've got something to shout about.
Lord, you see me, you know me, you know me, you love me. You formed my heart, you knew my name. Before I lived, you set my way. No hiding place, no secret thoughts. You hold my soul in perfect love. In the heights of heaven, the depths of the sea, no matter where you are with me, you hem me in, behind, before. Your hand of mercy guides me, Lord. You see my rising, you see my fall. Yeah, through it all
Okay, good evening, class. My name is Professor Richard Boateng. I'll be taking you, I think the Monday and then the Tuesday group that for data security and privacy. And I'm going to first of all go through the syllabus, and after that we'll start our lesson. So the class starts at 6:30 as said. Um, if you want to know more about me, you can Google me, but I'm just a simple person, and I'll be happy to take you through the sessions and make it more interactive and easy for you to be able to study. I realize that some of you are coming from diverse backgrounds. I see somebody called Edith Ado. I think there was a guy, class rep called Godsway or Godwin, if I'm right. I see Mamiya. I see McAfee. I see Ransford, Justice Kunsin, Richard Dapper. Anyway, all of you, Solomon Into, hey, somebody called User, Vanessa, John Fire, John Fear, is it John Fear or John Fear? Okay, William Shishu. Okay, you're all welcome to the program. This might be your first class, and I'm hoping that I will be able to carry you and give you a safe flight, and we shall land in little London peacefully. So the next 2 hours, we'll have a very good flight. Um, our in-flight food will be served by Agnes Ejewapon and Clement, supported by Esther and then Fiano Dovlo. And I'm your captain and your pilot, and I'll be taking you through. Now, there are two lecturers teaching this course. There's another lecturer called Dr. Divine Agozi. I think he's taking the other class, maybe the Wednesday class. But we have a cybercrime expert who will be joining us as and when. His name is Dr. Jonathan Bano. I was expecting him here today, but he's not joined us yet. So hopefully, maybe in future sessions, he'll be joining us. Okay, so that is it. So the course is, anyway, you are welcome. Can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, please.
Yes,
Yes.
please, we can hear you.
Okay. Please, it's a very interactive class. So if I would like you to be very vocal and open and engaging with us, but not asking unnecessary questions that is very obvious. Like you see the thing and you ask the same thing that is on the screen. It's not be advisable. Even your own mates will not be happy. Anyway, so this is an access program which is preparing you towards the main program. I'm hoping that you'll be able to have a safe flight with the course that I'm teaching you. Okay, so basically, we want to introduce you to what data security is and data privacy. Since you are dealing with something which has to do with data, you're doing business analytics, and part of what makes business analytics what it is data. So we will not be trying to understand the origin of data. We will rather be focusing on the security of data and the management of data. Then later, when you get in the program, I'll take you through the governance of data. Be it mini mention, this is just an introductory um program course, so it's not supposed to be very technical. It's supposed to be very, very easy or to understand, reflect on things that are going around you, and bring it home to you that this is something that you are used to, but maybe I don't put it in this context. So the heavy load of and developing data governance policies, working data governance frameworks will be done when you are in the program, even in the second semester, not even the first semester. So currently, what we will be doing now is trying to understand data security and privacy and understand some of the data terminologies. So by the time you finish, you should be able to evaluate the security risk, basically be able to understand what it is to deal with data policies or information security policies, how to be able to communicate it effectively, establish certain measures even at home or on your own computer or in an office context to protect to do basic protection of your systems. And then to also understand and appreciate some of the legal or regulatory frameworks that govern the use of data within the jurisdictions. Okay. So that is what we are going to do. Okay. So not that much. So the text will be referring to, I've shared this with you. The main text I'll be drawing from is my own text, which will be available. We began last year, but now it will be available for you to have it either through Amazon or through the Legon Bookshop, hopefully by the 22nd of August, before you finish the program. So as much as possible, I'll be drawing from these things. We'll be discussing data and data common threats to data security, data technologies. We'll be looking into the foundation of data security, privacy, what is privacy and what does it entail. We'll move into by the fourth session into major global data protection regulations and look at types of data threats. We will be looking into establishing data protection measures and try as much as possible to touch on incident reporting. Quite a volume of information about we may not be able to do all depending on the time that we have, but the key parts will be covered. In fact, technically we may touch everything, but not in the some of the things may not be in the similar fashion as arranged here, because some of them may be collapsed together. For example, the latter sessions may be put together in one session. So without much ado, I'm going to jump into it. I know you're coming from diverse backgrounds, and you'll be wondering how we are going to assess you. Usually, I take it a 50-50 assessment. So during the work, we'll do some kind of exercises that will contribute to 50%, and your group and your individual participation, ability to engage the lecturer. When the lecturer is asking questions, you are able to answer. If you come and become quiet and throughout, you get quiet marks. If you can't, you are engaging with the lecturer and helping the lecturer share some. If you actually to share your experience, you're able to share experience and stuff. The lecturer will take note of it, and then you'll be getting loud marks. So if you want to get quiet marks, keep quiet. If you want to get loud marks, engage and talk. Okay, then you have a final. You might write. You are hopefully going to write a final exam, which might be take home or it might not be take home, depending on how we schedule the institution. We schedule the sessions and the examination period. So that's just that. That is just that. And in UG, at the master's level, an A is 80 to 100, a B plus is 70 to 79, a B is 60 to 69, a C is 50 to 59, a D that way. So as much as possible, you don't want to be in a C or a D or an F. You want to try and be in a B or a B plus, or better still, an A. Okay. Is there any question that anybody may have? If not, I'll move on to my slides. Does anybody have any question? No. Okay. Yeah, no, are you going to ask a question? God's way. Class rep. I'm going to ask a question.
Please, what does the take home exam mean? Does it mean that it will be online or do you send the questions home?
It is both online and send the questions home. And you submit online. So you understand it?
Yes, please.
Okay. Somebody's asking for IEs. When we get there. Hey, right now you want IE. We hear you. Okay, so let's just jump into it. Let's jump into it. Okay then. I think you have seen who I am. I can now switch off my video so that those who don't have very good data will not be struggling. Okay, or you want me to leave the video on? Okay, let me put it off. Good. Okay, so the objective of the session is to introduce you to the concept of data security and privacy. You are welcome to session 1. The session covers the importance of data as information assets, trying to unravel the concept of data is the new oil. What does it really mean? And the definitions related to data security and privacy. So we'll be discussing concepts like data is the new oil. Quite a number of people, when you mention this, they start asking themselves, what does the lecturer mean? Today you are going to help me engage. So you two are asking what does it mean that data is a new oil? So we are trying to understand the basics, and I'll draw on your own understanding of some of the sessions so that you can actually um, give me your view concerning it. Okay. We'll look at common threats to data security, and then we'll delve into why data protection matters, and then look at what is data security and privacy, and then untangle some of the technologies that you may have heard even before you entered into this program. Okay. Thank you very much. Data the new oil. So when we say data is a new oil, what comes into mind? Those of you who are here, what comes into mind? Has anybody, in fact, to answer the question, you should ask yourself, what does oil mean to oil means to us? So what comes into mind when you say data is a new oil? Yes, I'm listening to you. Who will be the first to talk? Or to share?
I'm Ransford. Hello, sir.
Yes, I've seen Abigail's hand is up. I've seen oh, that's interesting. I've seen Benjamin. I've seen okay, there are two of you. Okay, who is clapping? Okay, Abigail, go ahead.
Okay, so in my opinion, I believe data is the new oil, and we normally liken data to oil because just as oil is valuable to every economy or business, data in itself isn't valuable, but you have to collect it, you have to process it and refine it to become useful. And that's what data is to different organizations or businesses. So once you collect the data, you need to process it and refine it to become useful to whatever you want to use it for.
Okay, Abigail, thank you very much. I've taken notes of you. Benjamin.
Yes, good evening.
Yeah, go ahead. Good evening, Benjamin. Sorry.
Yeah, so data is the new oil. So oil, as in crude oil, used to hold the power for value creation when an economic power. It used to hold
Hey, we
those
can't hear
power.
you.
You can still hear me?
Okay, we are now hearing you.
Okay. So data creation, so value, data is the new oil. When you say data is the new oil, you mean in the past when you have oil, as in crude oil, you carry economic power, you have economic power over others. So when you look at the new oil, it simply means that when you have data, you control the digital revolution, you gain huge competitive advantage over others. So basically, that's what data is new oil.
Okay, we couldn't hear you very well, but I thought you said in the past when you have oil, then that part got it. You can type it if you since we couldn't hear you very well. Um, Esther. Esther, yeah, well,
Okay, when we say, please, can you hear me?
we can hear you very well.
Okay, please, when we say data is the new oil, my understanding is that in today's world, data is considered one of the most valuable assets for businesses, governments, and individuals. Like it helps them to drive, like to, hello?
We can hear you. Please go ahead.
Okay. So data is the most valuable asset for businesses, governments, and individuals, which helps them to make data-driven decisions that helps businesses.
Okay, thank you. It means that it's a valuable asset that helps them to make decisions. Okay. I saw Solomon, and then I saw Obri Yabua. Whoever wants to go, Obri Yabua.
Okay, so my understanding about data being the new oil means um, in this current world, when we talk about like oil, it means like power. Like a country that is rich in oil means that the country is very powerful. So it means these days you having their needed data means you have power in your hands.
Okay, so you're likening to power. Okay,
Yes, please.
thank you very much. And then what else? I can see Kafui, your hand is up. Oh, Kafui, yes.
Yeah, hello, sir. Hello, Prof.
Yeah,
Yes, so I believe just like when oil was found and oil was used to fuel economies, currently data is the new for the economy. So it fuels manufacturing industries with valuable data to on goods to produce, so on and so on. So I believe data is the new fuel.
okay. Thank you very much. You guys are new for well. Data is a fuel. Data is a valuable asset for decision making. Data has to be processed to generate to show its value. Um, who has a different view? Solomon, do you have a different view from what all of them have said?
Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, I think it's pretty much the same of the
Okay,
views or submissions that they've all made. I just want to say that it's a very invaluable resource, and then data is everywhere. So businesses that are able to take advantage of it, leverage on it, are able to drive growth and then scale up as well.
okay, so you need to take advantage of it. Okay. Then lastly, Daniel Fori Ejekun. Daniel, we can't hear you.
Data in its natural state, regardless of the fact that it represents wealth, it represents power. If it isn't processed, that value can't be reached. So when we say data is the new oil, it means that data is rich, data is wealth, but it has to be worked on or processed to derive its real value. Thank
Okay.
you.
I've just repeated what somebody said. Hannah, I'll take you as the last person for this view.
Okay, so I was trying to type it. So I'll summarize it by saying no data, no technology in terms of technology. Technology is data driven, be it from ERP systems, user experience, AI, machine learning. So everything about technology is data. Even the analytics we are studying without data, it is not possible. Thank you.
Eh, You are saying it is like with that data, it's not possible. Thank you. Okay, thank you very much, Hannah. Okay, thanks for your contribution. I'll put the point down. Okay. Oh, I think I've written your name already. Okay, then thank you very much. Let's continue from where we left off. God, I've seen your hand. Kafui, and you can lower your hand, or you can lower your hand. Oh, okay. Don't worry, those of you who are doing it for Maxic, your hands have been seen very, very much. So don't worry. I have I have taken note of it for August 11th. I've taken note of it and I've noted all your names. Abigail, Esther, Solomon, Bree. Hannah and Co. But let's continue. Okay, so data is the new oil. You mentioned it. I don't think I need to say anything much because most of you have mentioned all the 2 points I have here, and you have even gone further in that tech depends on data. That means that the technologies that we run today depends on data. That came from Hannah, which is a very good point that she tried to share with us. You have shared your experiences with me already. I didn't ask about your workplace, but I'll come back to your workplace. So technically, because data it plays a very key role, just like how oil pipelines are attacked, data is also attacked. And most of the time they attack data because of the fact of that it plays a very key role in organizations, and it's based on that people make quite some sound decisions to change the world or to even change industry. Some of the common attacks that will be studying throughout the time, with some including phishing attacks, ransomware, data breaches. Now, I know in this class, some of you may have know about these things, others may not know. So let's be very careful and measured in how we respond to your friends if they are asking questions, thinking that you know and they don't know. Employees often receive deceptive emails trying to trick them into providing sensitive data. Usually, when you see that, it's a phishing attack. For example, in 2019, two prominent tech companies, that's our Facebook and our Google. So their employees were tricked into transferring 100 million into a fraudulent account due to a well-crafted phishing scheme. Somebody impersonated somebody else and was able to get them as a vendor or to get them to actually pay an amount of 100 million. So these things can happen. Even our big companies who think that 2019 is just almost 10 years ago or 8 years ago. Technology, we knew about data security threats, we knew about antivirus and internet security, all those things at that time. But still, people were tricked to send. So there's a behavioral part that's not easy to be able to manage. The ransomware involves attackers or hackers locking out users from their data and demanding a ransom to release it. It happens quite sometimes. So sometimes you may even see that churches have their websites hacked or their Facebook pages hacked. And when somebody takes over their Facebook page, you tell you to come and pay $10,000, $5,000 before they open the page for you. Otherwise, they'll start posting nudity and other forms of information to discredit that particular personality. And these things happen. And when they happen, they could actually affect quite a number of people. The example here is a local hospital might find its patient's record locked, delaying treatments and putting lives at risk. And the person is demanding that unless you pay him something, he's not going to release it. Then data breaches. Even major corporations are not immune. In 2017, there was a major credit reporting agency called Equifax that went through some kind of breach in which over 147 million people were exposed to identity theft and major lawsuits. I think we'll be coming to this case. So this is the story. Can we get Hannah to read it for us? Hannah, you are the last speaker, so I can see your name. Sorry about that. So Hannah, can you read for us?
Okay, sir. Initiation of crisis. Okay, let me start from the stuff. Equifax case study. Initiation of crisis. In March 2017, a weakness labeled CV 2017-5638 was identified in Apache Struts, an open source tool for crafting Java applications used by Equifax and numerous other sites. This flaw allowed attackers to manipulate struts via malevolent HTTP requests, compromising the system it operated on. Apache Software Foundation introduced a fix on March 7th. 2 days later, Equifax staff were directed to implement the fix, but the task was overlooked. Despite attempts to detect such vulnerabilities on March 15th, the system remained unaddressed. That month, Equifax alarmed by illegal use of stolen social security numbers to access their sites, brought in Mandiant, a security consultant firm. Although Mandiant highlighted several security issues, disagreements arose within weeks.
Okay. So before we go to continue the case, it's quite there's another page or two for the case, but let's analyze what's on the screen here. What are some of the flaw or some of the breaches or unintended behaviors that are not or are unacceptable behaviors or practices that that we can observe from the case from here before we go on? What can you see? Where have we gone? Where have people gone wrong? Yes, we are engaged. We are still in class. So, Hannah, thank you very much for the reading. Yes, Godsway, you wanted to talk earlier, so this is the opportunity. Reading the case, what do you see in the first phase of the case? What mistakes have been done? Godsway has gone to sleep. Okay, Rosemary,
Around. Yeah, I think what I can notice is that they were informed that they should do something, but they overlooked it. And
okay.
that's what
So, what one word do you use to describe that?
negligence or maybe
Negligence. Good. Negligence is one. Thank you. Also, thank you. Rosemary.
Hello, sir.
Hello, Rosemary.
Yes, please. I noticed that they did not take their cybersecurity initiative serious.
So what that we all know they didn't take it serious. So what behavior do you see? Mention the behavior, what you have seen. There are a lot of things
Okay.
going here. Okay.
Okay. I think that the impact of the vulnerability was something that the company that should have taken, like they should have given their staff better training on the impact of the vulnerability of whatever would incur if they did not take the task seriously.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Pascal.
That there was no sense of urgency in addressing the identified vulnerabilities.
Wow.
And also, I think they
Hey
didn't
Pascal,
really.
only one. Hey, teacher,
Thank
teacher
you.
Pascal. You are taking only one.
Prof.
You want to break the backing scheme. Rosemary said one. You want to say two. Hey, Pascal, leave some for Benjamin to say. Benjamin, go ahead.
So I think the software they used, the from Apache, they released a fix for their software,
Hey, you call it
but
what? Apache.
yes, it's also Apache.
Apache.
Oh,
This guy shows
is
that
that what it?
you're not in the industry. Who can pronounce the word for us? Those who are in the industry. Abigail, are you in the industry?
APAC.
Hey, Benjamin, it's okay. Okay, Abigail, are you in the
Is
industry?
that, is that how you pronounced?
No, Prof, I'm not in the industry.
Apache.
Hey,
Apache.
boy, you're breaking the word. Oh. Let me leave it like that. Aubrey, are you in the industry?
No, sir. No, sir. We are all this. We are all beginners. We are all entries.
Okay,
Apache say,
who is it?
Hannah.
Hannah. Okay, Apache. Good. Hannah, thank you very much. Okay, so as Apache, Benjamin, go ahead.
Okay. So I think the software they used, Apache, they released a fix for their open source software, and Equifax failed to implement the fix. So I think that was one of the reasons why they were say hacked. Their systems were hacked.
So usually, you like how your Microsoft asks you to update your Microsoft Word or update your Windows. That's a similar thing that they was given to them to update, and they didn't do the update. So there was also another opportunity of negligence and poor sense of urgency, as we heard from there. Abigail, I see you want to help us. So Abigail,
I
can you continue
okay,
for us? Can you continue?
sure. So who orchestrated the Equifax attack? Following the disclosure of the Equifax breach, cybersecurity professionals monitored the dark web for data linked to this event. However, no data surfaced. This led to the belief that Chinese government-backed hackers focused on espionage rather than theft were behind the breach. Equifax breach statistics. Attackers roamed Equifax's networks undetected for 76 days. Potential data breach affected 143 million consumers. Maximum compensation for affected users, $125. Equifax's expenditure on security post-incident, $1.4 billion. No identified fraud or identity theft cases tied to this incident.
Okay, so this is very interesting. Aubrey, so if you were the regulator and you saw the statistics, what will you do? Or what would be your impression concerning the management of Equifax, concerning the company Equifax? If you were the regulator. Aubrey, your hand was up already. That's why I called you.
So, according to my observation, there was clearly an ignorance on the protocol. So I suggest they are more serious and
No, I'm not asking for a solution. No. I'm saying that what is your impression? You said
okay. My impression is that there was ignorance. There was ignorance of the software.
ignorance. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Read that thing well. Oh. It's about ignorance. You are being a very, 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 very what should I say, soft regulator. You are the regulator like NCA. Are you being soft like that? Read that thing well. Attackers roam Equifax network undetected for 76 days. You are living with somebody in your house, and you didn't even know that you're living in the house for 76
Prof,
days. Yes,
Prof,
Pascal.
I think what as a regulator, what I would notice is that Equifax doesn't have any let's say software in place to help detect early detection of fraud, hackers or whatever activities they are doing around their softwares or the company as a whole. Because for a whole 76 months,
Yeah, 76
that's
days. Let
almost
me
3
also
months.
connote the fact that your internal processes for auditing was even bad.
Exactly, sir.
Because you should be auditing every week and you for IT systems. 76 days. They were sitting down, chopping food with you, eating with you. Even watching and listening to your network, money was moving, they were also seeing the money. I, hmm. Some of you, if your man comes to tell you that they were living with attackers hackers for 76 days, I think you remove your account from there. Look at how many consumers were affected. So if you divide, somebody should divide 143 divided by 76. I think that is almost 2. So every 2 days, 2 million people were breached. The hackers were doing 2 million a day, 2 million every 2 days, a million a day. Do you see what I'm trying to say? Hello? Yeah, Clement, I see your hand is up. Can you ask your question?
So I wanted to give my impression about the case study.
Okay then.
So for Equifax being negligent for 76 days, I think it's two things. Either their technology was not up to date or they were being complacent.
Okay, so this is my question to you. There's the difference between technology and there's a difference between technology and laid down procedures for auditing, for quality assurance, for um, review of internal processes. Those are different from what the software is there. Then there is also laid down procedures that you have for auditing and ensuring and ensuring the assurance you have promised your consumers. You see, I think there was a behavioral breach and there was a technical breach too. either there was the behavioral breach, there was nothing existing in terms of the organizational processes, or it was poor, it was there, and people were not taking it serious. It's like those of you who are in office and they say every morning there's devotion. Some people wait when the devotion is finished and they show up at work, or they will go and say that, oh, I'm buying kinky and come and stuff. So the thing is there, but people don't actually go. So that's what I'm trying to say. So the processes may be there, but people cannot adhere to it. And then the supervision is poor. If I'm coming, I'll come in for the head of IT straight. Mm, okay. So your point is good, but I think you should look at it from these two perspectives. Because we bring your perspective before we go to the next one.
Yeah, I have a question.
We are analyzing. You are come to ask me a question. If you can contribute, you are not contributing. You're asking questions. Hold your question. Okay, Rosemary, are you asking a question or you are contributing? Okay.
Hello, sir. When you mentioned the devotion part, I wanted to give a practical
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Go
example.
ahead. Rosemary, go ahead.
Yeah. So in my company, we use something called Global Connect, and then we are required to log on every day. And because the process involves using an authenticator that would give you a code, it seems like a long process for some people. So they refuse to do it for a long time till IT prompts them. So let's say there were hackers already using our system. If we were connecting to this Global Protect every day, maybe IT would notice something. So I don't know whether they had, apart from negligence, there's also the fact that some people think that some IT processes or procedures are long. They don't see the importance of going to somebody sending you a link in your email before you access something, or having to use an authenticator or two-factor something before they can access a system. So they just try and find the quickest shortcut, which can also cause all these things to go undetected for long.
Okay, Rosemary, you are very, very right. You have given an example of the behavioral issues, which has nothing to do with which is a response to their to their concerns or their kind of views concerning the technology that they have been given to. They think the technology is intrusive and you don't want to use it. And because of that, it leads to certain behavioral patterns that also creates opportunity for a breach, or opportunity for not detecting the breach early enough. Interesting. William Atta Mafu.
Yeah, hello.
Yes,
I hope you can hear me.
we can hear you. William, we
Okay,
can
so
hear you.
I was also thinking of the fact that there was no cyber security training. It could be so that it makes them aware of the pros and cons of cyber attacks.
Okay. You said there's no cyber, that's you are speculating. Interesting.
Yes.
Okay, there's no cyber
Yeah,
security
for
training. Okay.
instance, at my company, we're having an ISO certification process. So it's part of the requirement, cyber security training. So we kept on having periodical trainings to inform us on the pros and cons. So it kept on sinking down to our head here.
Okay. William is saying that when you don't have the training on the respective training standards, no, data standards or protect information security standards, you might likely not take some of these things into consideration, or kind of serious as much as you are supposed to do. Okay, so first of all, in terms of the things we can learn, prioritize fundamentals. No system is foolproof. I think there was quite an internal trust that this thing is okay, we are good, and then we are standing well, we are in a comfortable lead. And it's so they were not concerned about any potential breach. The breach at Equifax occurred due to a lapse in addressing a known flaw, even with measures set for prompt fixes. And even the prompt came, they overlooked the prompt, overlooked security certificate led to a significant data leak. Despite high spending on security, Equifax defenses were inadequately managed and executed. Behavioral supervision, leadership, limit access within systems. I think the way they also did their system was, it seems that as soon as you enter, Please, can you hear me? Hello?
No,
Hello?
sir.
Yes,
No,
please,
sir.
you can hear you.
We can hear you, Prof.
Okay, then good. Zoom told me that I was off, so I paused so that I could show that you can hear me. Okay, thank you very much. Let's continue. Maybe somebody's trying to hack me. Somebody wants to hack and see my score sheet. Hmm? Anyway, let's continue. So Sharon was agreeing with William, says that either skill gap or miscommunication, deliberate neglect. Okay, so when they entered the system, it seems that the hackers had opportunity to roam about. It's like this thing that I don't know whether I've seen that happening before. Most of you watch movies, and sometimes you also see it in your own office. There is an access key and there's an access door. But when you scan it, there's somebody behind you. Oh, wait for me. Then you enter. He doesn't have the card. He doesn't have access. But because you use your humanism and appeal to, oh, you're wearing a nice dress, and you convince, oh, then he has entered. Oh. Then you are happy. Oh, I bought it from Louis Vuitton. Okay, then you are entered the team. So what has happened is that the person has been able to socially engineer you, has entered into the room, and then now he has freedom. Because some of the organizations, the barriers or opportunity, they have limited barrier points to actually restrict people to be able to have access to certain types of information. Instead of a need to know basis, they are also, and then you have to actually show that you belong to a particular maybe set of permission or belong to a particular group before we give you access. These things are not there. So it makes it very easy for anybody to end up opening the MD's office door and entering the place, because what has happened? He has entered the building. He has access to every room. There are no gatekeepers. The doors are open to him to also enter and then participate in the activity. He can even go to the lunchroom and go and eat. After that, walk out of the place as if he was an employee. So you need to limit access within system, even though you trust. Trust does not mean that you don't control. So so that when you are even within the premises, people only get to enter certain spaces or have access to certain type of information on the need to know basis, or you have to need for purpose. If it doesn't fit the purpose or activity you are doing, you are not giving or granted the access to it. But that's not what happened. Which, if they had restrained them to a single point, it would have been very, very difficult for them to kind of exert that kind of damage onto the organization. The network compartmentalization. After gaining access, hackers have free reign across Equifax systems. So sometimes some companies too have, maybe you have one Wi-Fi system, the whole company, only one Wi-Fi system. So somebody gets into the Wi-Fi and hacks it. He has access to everybody. Some companies which are smart, what they do is that they tend to have segmented distribution. So what you then see is that this floor has its own Wi-Fi network, secure, and if you can't just leave first floor and then connect to second floor's own. You have to be authenticated before you can join second floor. And if you go to third floor, you have to be authenticated before you can join third floor access point. But if you make the access point just open and it's a universal access point with a universal password, when somebody enters into your system, he has got access to everybody. Okay. Then regulate data access. As a data-centric firm, Equifax should have been stricter by their databases. Access should be granted strictly based on necessity, fit for purpose. Broad access poses risk. Sometimes we put broad access because we want to make things easier for us to be able to access information and be able to share information across maybe devices or across departments. But that one too has is downside that you open us up for, you make us vulnerable and open us up for some of these hackers. Monitoring systems for anomalies is crucial, like the rapid 9,000 queries that went unnoticed. So somebody was, oh, sorry, you say you can't see my screen. Please, can you see my screen? Solomon says can't see my screen.
Maybe it's from his side because I can see your screen.
It's visible. I also see.
Okay then, thank you very much. Thanks. Okay. Sorry. Let me take notice of. Let me check. Good. So you realize that they even had 9,000 database queries. It means that somebody was trying to ask for somebody's password or trying to enter the system for 9,000 times. He was asking, or nobody did anything. This is very weak. I was sitting my somewhere with one of my fellow faculty members. We went for an excursion to an EV company. And then whilst we were there, I saw that somebody was using my card to buy burger at Jack in the Box in the US. I said, I'm standing here in Ghana. Oh. Somebody is buying burger with my $5. And they sent me the OTP so that I should confirm so the person can pay. I ignored it. I thought it was just a mistake because I've been in the US before, but I knew Jack in the Box there. Then another one came $52 somewhere, OTP. Then I realized that my card has been compromised. I don't know how it was compromised, but that card was expiring this month. So I was just going to cut it already. Then they I just blocked the thing. Then all the requests stop. So I'm standing here in Ghana. Somebody is trying to buy burger. Whilst I'm in the sun, oh, he's buying burger with my card. Interesting phenomenon. So please, we are not safe. We are in a global environment in which it could be that I use my card to pay for something in Ghana. The person collected it, put it in the card, but whilst he did it, he did the first one of whatever, copying the number or something. They say you call it something called imprint. You can put on the paper, put on a piece of paper the number, the photocopy, the a copy of the card will be made. We used to use that one very early on, around 20, when I was doing my PhD, 2008, 2009. Ghana, we're using that a lot. It's a piece of paper, they put it in, they have a machine, there's a kind of a presser. You pass it over, then the card is printed onto the paper. So that is the evidence that you were at the shop, and they attach it to your pictures. Then they will send it to the credit card company or Bank of Ghana, so they will process and deduct. So it takes some time before the deduction takes place. But I don't know whoever got the card. But now, and the easier thing for the Ghanaian, if a Ghanaian hacker gets your card, he doesn't use it to. He will sell it to Morocco or sell it on the dark web. The dark web is an environment in which people trade questionable items and um, items which are not just questionable, but they're illegal. So somebody may have sold my details on the dark web. Somebody has bought it, and then the person is using in US to shop. So if you go and catch the person in US, you tell that you just bought a card online. Then you have to now trace the person who actually took my card and sold it. Okay, you call a credit card schema. Thank you very much, Abigail. So what we are trying to point out is that we are in a kind of environment in which any type of data can be tradable. So far as he finds it the appropriate user. Somebody got my card, was using to buy burgers. Whilst I'm here eating kinky and pepper, he got to enjoy burgers with my card. $5. $5 is how much, boys? 50 Ghana cedis. Hey, this guy. Burger is it 50 Ghana in Ghana? How much is a burger? Abigail, you are the one who eats burgers. How much is a burger?
Unfortunately, I've never purchased the burger before.
Hey, Abigail. No, this one day we have to take you somewhere and go and buy burger for you. Go out of your job, you and Cephas, take Abigail out and get a nice. I would I say Cephas. I didn't even, as I mentioned Cephas has, before I even mentioned Cephas has given example. It's more than 100 cities. Hey, Cephas, what type of burger is more than 100 cities? I think Abigail and Cephas can kindly meet after lectures. Pascal, you there's this sister Ghana burger, but is it correct burger? All of them are quoting 700 and above. You are quoting 60 Ghana. Please, Abigail, don't go for that one. Go for Cephas own. It will be better burger. Better burger. Accountment. The burger is what? 150 to 200 cities. Rosemary. Hey, right. Hey. Thank you very much. Rosemary, we'll come and they take us there. Okay. But you KFC burger is not burger. Oh. Pascal. This lady say eat burger from high places. So it changed. Okay, so whatever it is, the data that the person took. Okay, Esther is saying that the burger in Accra is expensive. Okay, so we want Kumasi burger. Okay, so one of the things that we could do is that what are the implications of broad access rights within organization? I think we have answered that. If you make everything accessible to everybody, and there is no network compartmentalization, there's no need giving access by necessity, putting those kind of control, mandatory controls at every key point, or establishing gates around within the organization, whether electronically or physically. People can hack into your system very easily. How can companies effectively implement a need-to-know basis access without hampering of operational efficiency? These are some of the things we'll be discussing in terms of access control throughout the term. Okay, so why is data protection imperative? Now that we have come to see Equifax, we kind of learned that it's important because people are competing based on that. And if you don't, if you're not conscious, others will end up taking your hard-earned value. For example, after working for some time, somebody is picking my card to buy burger whilst I'm sitting here. So somebody is taking your value away. Now, a study was done in 2021 among on concern the data state of data privacy and compliance and security, which was kind of, some of them was a global study, another one was within the US. What they found out is that organizations that have 30%, more than 30% of sensitive data in the cloud are more concerned about security. They are not thinking about these issues because they tend to see that this risk will be higher for them. Organizations that have at least 500 of their business applications deployed worldwide are concerned about security. When you have a lot of your applications facing the consumers all over the world, you are afraid because you have to establish standards of control across the world. And sometimes you cannot be able to be consistent. Ghana may be consistent, but Nigeria may not be consistent, and they can hack you through Nigeria. Okay, then current on-premises apps will likely to move to the cloud in 5 years' time. Okay, and then data workloads operating on the fact is that everybody is going to the cloud, and as companies are being transformed by their cloud-oriented businesses, security becomes a major concern for all of them. Security becomes a major concern. Now, why is it a major concern? When you are hacked, you lose money. You may also lose reputation, and you may have to buy it. It may not be easy to buy it back or to even work for it. And because you lose reputation, sometimes some of your clients may walk away from you. Some of your vendors may think that their data is vulnerable, and if their data is with you, it may end up in the wrong hands. So they walk away. And when they walk away, getting them back may not be easy. So the threat of substantial fines, sometimes in some industries, if there are breaches, the regulator will fine you. And I think most of you here, if we are given the opportunity to make you the regulator, financial ombudsman for to oversee an organization like Equifax, I know you will sue them, you will let them pay because of some of the negligence that took place. In today's era, data holds an unparalleled business value. Unauthorized loss or exposure of the trade secrets can set a company back and can even jeopardize every relationship they have with other clients. Okay. Top 6 data security challenges for businesses. 1, can we detect the data breach on time? How many of us, 38% are concerned about that? Can we detect it on time? Number 2, some employees have been signing on some of these applications and services without approval or governance of our IT department. So you are using application, IT department has not approved you, you have not checked that that system is not vulnerable and doesn't have any hidden software that may end up taking information from their laptop or from their computers and send it to somebody else. Discovery and classify personally identifiable information to address data privacy concern. It's come to we are in an age that even sometimes individuals don't know that some information about them is supposed to be private or personally and if it's not private, if you don't make it private, people can use that one to identify them. Somebody is doing a small party in his house and he's inviting a few friends, then he goes to put the invitation on Facebook to show that he too has arrived and he's doing a party. What you have actually done is that you have made it easy for people to identify you, identify your house. Somebody says that, oh, the Lord has been good to me. have a new baby boy and put the child on the internet. Okay, first one, there's no problem. Then now you start curriculuming the child. Is he at 2 years old? Is he at 1.5? Is he at the crèche? Is he at now this? Is he at now that? Now, what you have done is that you have built a whole profile of AC. Somebody can download it and show up at the primary school of AC and says, AC's uncle. I have all these pictures. And even Photoshop himself into the document into the picture for them to think that he's part. And sometimes the children at certain ages, when they see any person with some beard and anything, there is daddy. They put all the daddies in together as one person. Sometimes it's very, very bad. They see that, and I don't know why they don't do that with the mummies, but with the daddies, they can confuse them with a lot of people who look almost the same. Especially if you have some features which are very common. As soon as anybody shows up in the school just like that, say he will be running to the child. So somebody can show up. And what if daddy even has a brother who doesn't talk to, who has a problem with daddy's by God's grace, he has been able to go on his life. Things are going on with him. He's not happy. Then he has. Please don't think that everybody has a good mind, though. Some people have very, very interesting minds. You go and take your child from school, and then your child will also walk to the parents, and then he will show all information to show that. Yeah, and you said, "Oh, but why didn't the school call me?" Nowadays, people can actually clone your phone. So whilst he's there, the call is coming to him. It's not coming to your phone. He has cloned your phone. The call or text message. He has cloned your phone. The text message is coming to his phone. So everything that is coming to you, he also has it. Then he used to verify himself and then go and pick your child. So please, let's stop this thing about AC at 2 years old, AC at 3 years old, AC at 8 years old. You are putting the child in danger by just exposing everything about the child. You are letting the world build a profile about the child, and sometimes it can go the other way if you are not very careful. You can still share your testimony without putting AC to the whole world to see AC. You, the person, you know be stolen, so you can talk about yourself, but hide the identity of the child. Okay. People are even using AI to replicate voices on calls. Thank you very much, Rosemary. Thank you very much. Trusting employees to follow organizational policies. Sometimes employees too are rogue. You don't follow organizations policies, and they may do certain things that you're not supposed to do. Sometimes somebody has been fired from the organization, is still working around another town, still posing as a member of the organization and collecting maybe money or something from other suppliers who are there. These things happen. Identifying that data is accessed via stolen credentials. Sometimes companies are also concerned about this. Now, how will I be able to identify that the things that the card the person is used to buy something in my shop or online is a stolen card. Remember recently a musician, Yoko went to his house to pick his car, and he came back online claiming that they didn't do the right thing stuff. But you see, if you look at the way the law is, if the car is part of process of crime, no matter how you bought it, whether you fasted or prayed and the car was given to you, if it's part of process of crime, it's process of crime, and the car has to be seized. Especially when it cost the life of somebody, or it has even people have been jailed because of that. So we have to really be careful of the era we are in. A lot of things that appear as this may appear may not be real, and there are a lot of settings, as a Nigerian would say, packaging. People package themselves to be as something else, and if you don't take care, you fall prey to some of these packaging and settings that people have, or false evidence appearing real. Okay, so let's continue. So what is data security and privacy? Before I delve into it, does anybody want to share any? Okay, Esther, thank you very much. Does anybody want? Hey, Augustina, thank you very much. Welcome. Um, does anybody want to share? Okay, Agnes or Paul wants to share. Agnes, go ahead. I've
Hello.
picked up your name.
Yeah. Hello, please, can you hear me?
Oh, Agnes, we can hear you very, very, very well.
So with what you are talking about with my company, what they do is sometimes on the random, they just send phishing emails just to be sure you are paying attention to the emails and links you are not supposed to click. So if you click any of them by mistake, they send you to do a course to caution you that anytime you receive emails, go through and be sure it's coming from the company or it's coming from somewhere else before clicking on the links they've provided.
That's very good. That's
That's
an
what yes.
yeah, internal. They have a plan of action to which is
And
periodic
also,
to
I
be able
think
to make sure
when
that you
there are
are
certain
compliant. Okay, go ahead.
yes, there are certain sites too that when you click on it, it automatically sends a message to the IT personnel. So you think they've not noticed you've clicked on it, but once in a while you just send the data to the IT person visited the site, this person is, then they come back with queries on us.
Let me tell you the truth. As you have just said, most of you who live in houses and even and in offices and you have any shared internet, even your own phone, never think that the thing you're watching, we don't know that you're watching it. Sometimes people are very funny. You're watching some pornographic thing, but you think you're only, oh, this is personal on my phone. Who told you you're the only person knows that you are watching it? It's a very erroneous perception that people have. I can tell you how many people are watching the thing with you. One, if you are in there, if you that phone that you have, if somebody else takes it, he can be able to trace you are watching it. No matter even if you put in password or thing, because most of the things that happens when you stream, it actually leaves an imprint on the phone. So with the right person, he can tell you all the pages you have visited from your history, and you can even delete the history. Still, we will know that that network has watched it. MTN knows that you have watched it. I remember in UK some time ago, they published lectures who have been watching pornographic stuff or using the office computer, and they publish it from a telco company. They just publish everything and stuff. So don't think you are watching it alone. I was in my small corner watching my thing, and nobody knows. Who told you nobody knows? You bought data to see this and you put on it. It's erroneous for you to think that nobody knows. Somebody knows. Now, if you are watching it on a network, it's even worse. There used to be a software. There's software we call listeners. They can listen on the network and know every page that is being opened. Now, there was one listener which was integrated into, it was a network monitor. It was integrated into a music player called Real One Player. Sometime this is just like 2000 and 2000 and Real One 2000, and that was 2010 2011. I was in Uganda. And I entered into a Uganda hotel and I joined the network and I switched on Real Player. Every single thing anybody opens, it will try to open it for me. If you're watching a video, it will try to let me see that the video that, because I'm on the network, and to tell you the network traffic. So if a video is coming, it tells you that you want to also watch that video and stuff. Now, that is 2011, oh, and Real Player has even collapsed. So there are even more. I'm just telling you 2011 or 2011. I could tell. I remember I was even telling the network person in the hotel, is it Victoria? I've forgotten the name of the hotel in Uganda. I was telling the person about it, and that's 2011. Now after 20, almost 12 or 15 years now, do you think that there is no more sophisticated technology to do that? There is. Even your normal NFC and your Bluetooth, we can be able to use it to be able to fish for whatever is on your machine. So please, I beg you, don't ever think that your data is only on you. You make your own home video, delete it from your machine, erase it, format the phone and everything again. Don't leave it on the phone. This same phone can lie down in the bus. It can be taken, it can even lie down, you can take it to church and to fall into the offering basket. Please, I beg you. We may even dash your phone to your friend. And some of you give your phones. That's what I don't understand about. Okay, if you don't suspect yourself of anything, then you can go ahead. The phone that you have been giving to children to watch, to use, and you leave them on YouTube, be careful. The YouTube that you have been giving to them, even the children YouTube, is not safe. Because there are people who actually embed, you see, after you see, they have YouTube is even finding difficult to track them. There are people who have created a lot of children videos, and then in the middle of the video, they'll pass through certain unwholesome content. It may not be pornographic, but it is something that can even create seizures for children. You see something with an eye and eyes, and the thing is to control the person. So when I finish talking, when they finish and they start talking to the child does that whatever that image will tell the child. Oh, it's about it's mind games, mind control. And those of you who live, you live this particular one. So it's like some seagull and they like dancing. I've forgotten their name. Oh, they're on the I've forgotten their name. They say like seagulls and stuff. They like that. They have got different versions of them and they like dancing. I think it's a Chinese thing that they did. They translated. They play music and stuff. They like that. They'll dance and dance and dance. And they do religious dancing songs. If you expose your child continuously 3 hours to that kind of video, you are actually affecting the brain of the child. Some of you, because you don't want to do anything, then you just leave the thing a child watch with them and stuff. We be so very far so akwaba. While the child is sitting here, your mind is in a different place. So please, I beg you, vary the things you let the child watch. If it's engaging teaching ABCD, fair enough. But the one that's just music going on, and especially at high tone music, different types of music, they tend to condition the children in a particular way. So be very careful. Even there are elderly people who have had problems with their brain later because I knew about a woman who um she was a primary school like a grade teacher, and anytime the song that she listened to several times when she retired, anytime the song that comes up, she has a seizure. She starts shaking. That is not happening to the woman. It's like she starts shaking. She has listened to the song over and over and over and over and over. It has conditioned the brain that as soon as you hear that, your mind has to go into the classroom. And she had retired. Please, I'm not scaring you. I'm just telling you the things that we are facing now. So vary the things. Don't let one thing continuously be the only thing the child has. But the ones that are more teaching CBC words, teaching ABC, and all those ones are varied content, and they kind of help the child to read. Some children have even learned how to read without their parents teaching them, so that's a very good one. But those ones that just play just music, just music from beginning to end, music from beginning to end, then the song will start again, the song will start again. I'm a dance, I'm a dance, I'm a dancer. Then you let's continue doing I'm a dance. Your child will wake up one and at night and be doing I'm a dance in front of you. Okay. So please be careful. Doctor Diva, I didn't know you were here. Is that you?
Yes, Prof. Yes.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know. I thought you were reporting
It's
for
fine.
something else.
No,
What?
no, no, no.
Okay. Please go ahead.
Yeah, sure. So just as you were saying, recently, a research showed that see the devices we use at home, Alexa and what's the other one, Siri and all.
Yeah.
Actually, the children have the ability to pick higher frequencies than adults do. And so they're embedding certain communications in higher frequencies that we adults can pick, that kids are able to pick. I mean, little children. So it keeps showing whenever you mention Alexa or Alexa is talking, you're probably telling Alexa, giving Alexa a certain instruction, and it's talking back to you. But in that instruction or response, Alexa equally is also talking to kids around with a whole different conversation. And one researcher took the waves to a lab and found out that it kept telling kids that to kill their parents.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was so bad that there were 3 little kids in school that actually were plotting to kill one of their own colleagues. So they had one friend who actually was to lure, and these are kids in kindergarten that actually were, and it got so bad. It was just fortunate that one of the kids just spilled it out to her mother that this is what they were planning to do, and tomorrow they'll take a knife to school and they'll lure the parent and her boyfriend will stab it because the Alexa keeps telling them that. So maybe I'll look for the link and share the research with you so you could see it, and then maybe you could share with the class and also see. Yeah.
Anyway,
And then
the
the
way to the
Apple.
west is the north.
So I remember in 2017 when Apple started, I think when they started making the AirPods, it was
Yeah.
a project to use to read our brain frequencies. And so right now they've moved beyond reading the brain frequencies to controlling our thinking. And just like exactly what you just said. So when we are wearing all these wireless devices, they've collected enough data about our brain frequencies and everything. So lately, they don't even need to speak to you. They can just alter your brain frequencies and you can think in a certain pattern. So just watch number of movies that are coming out lately about this zombie apocalypse and all these things that are happening. Yes, all these things are mind controlling things that they're just testing our responses to some of these things. And this was a project that was started way back in before 2017 when I was on my PhD program. So you can imagine the progress they've made today in 2025. Yeah.
Thank you
Anyway,
very
thank
much.
you. Yeah.
When Trump talks about the fact that there's a silent war, we sometimes think he's joking. There's a silent war going on. Anyway,
So true.
but it's true. I will not miss words about it. What Dr. Divine has shared with us is something that I want us to take seriously. Somebody said incognito deletes your browsing history on your device. Your ISP can still see your traffic, your network traffic. That is true. Even your neighbor can still see your network traffic, especially if you share internet with you. Your neighbor can still see your network traffic. Yeah. So please, very, very be careful. And then sometimes too, some of you like doing sharing is caring. Then you're letting everybody use your network. Please, if a crime happens to your network, it could be that it's you who actually did the crime. So be very careful going to your community and just be sharing your data just like that. Oh, you can join my network and join my network. If people are using your network to commit a crime and they're tracking them through that one, it's you that they will come for. And somebody is even saying that Rosemary is adding that public Wi-Fi can be dangerous. That's true. Please, are there no system in place to prevent shouting from happening? This is in relation to what Doc said. Stop using the Alexa. That's what he's telling you. Me, I have one sitting here. I switched it on once. After that, I didn't switch it on. It's not everything that you should use. So just stop using it. That's what you tell you. I think we are coming to an easy time of our life that everything we just want to feel that we are using intelligence around us. Alexa, close my curtains for me. You can walk and just go and close your curtains. You want Alexa to close your curtains for you. Hey, Ajua, please. Your curtains want you to come and close so they can look outside and see where somebody is coming in. So come and get up and go and close your curtains. It's even exercise for you. Alexa, put on the light in the sitting room. You put it on and stuff. But as he said, your children too are listening to Alexa. So as you are talking to Alexa, Alexa too is talking to your children. So who is actually looking after your children? Okay. Anyway, so please let's just be careful. Let's just be careful. So what then is data security? We are going to look at a number of different definitions from different organizations and then try to come up with our own definition. Security includes every part of information security, from the physical security of hardware, storage devices, and to administrative access or controls, and then logical security of software. So there's a physical, there is the administrative, that's part of the behavioral, and then there is the logical security of software. Somebody may even talk about the rules and the policy procedures that may even govern that. So data security is the practice of keeping digital information safe from being changed, one, stolen, two, accessed by people who shouldn't be able to do so. So that means that you may have to physically prevent them from doing so, not just using the your internet protocols and using your antivirus software through the where you can get software application to create a logical security for you. But there could be administrative and access controls that you can have from the behavioral side. And then you can also have physical security. So that means that the infrastructure itself is being protected. The National Cybersecurity Center of Excellence and security is a process of keeping organizations' data against private. That means that the person shouldn't have access to it, doesn't have access to it. Correct. That means that it shall not be changed and accessible. When we need it, we can have access to it in a way that aligns with the organization risk strategy. So it means that if somebody is in organization and is not going to use it appropriately or does not need it, we shouldn't have access to it. So, for example, I'm a head of department. I have finished being a head of department. Why should I still have access to the admission platform? If to be able to recommend people for admission. No, I'm not no longer the head of department, so they should relinquish my access to it. It should now be there in the access should only then be in the hands of what the new head of department. It doesn't mean I'm not part of the organization. I'm part of the organization. But at that point in time, if I assess it, it's not in a way that aligns with the organization's risk strategy. It doesn't align with the process of organization because the administrative control says that my term of office has ended. So now the physical control should take place, carry the computer from my office, put it, or I shouldn't have access to the HOD office anymore. So that computer that had access, I don't have access to it anymore. Number two, software logical security. You make sure that the password is changed so that the password that I knew doesn't work anymore. So what are you doing? You are trying to make sure both using software and using the physical infrastructure and using the administrative structure to that's the policies and letter that you write to prevent me from having access anymore. If one of them falls through, letter has said that I don't have access. Yes, the computer room I don't have access to, but the password has not been changed. It's serious. I can do what I can do some Mission Impossible move and open the roof and come into and come into the room and come into the room and come and put somebody's name in the admission list. So please, I beg you, make sure that you are satisfying all of these things. The World Bank says that security refers to the process of storing and processing personal information securely and protecting against unauthorized, unlawful processing, loss, and theft and destruction and damage. But this one, they mention personal information, not the organization information. I think it's like more of this data security definition is more like a personal's your data security for an individual, not for the organization, because it doesn't have an organizational focus, because it's personal information. Okay. Oracle says that data security encompasses the various safeguards implemented to prevent data from unauthorized access and to uphold the principles of data confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Data security practices encompass a range of approaches aimed at safeguarding data, including but not limited to data encryption, key management, and data reduction, and subsetting and data masking. All these are methods to protect the data. Privileged user access controls, auditing, and monitoring are crucial in data protection. So all the safeguards to prevent the data from unauthorized access and to uphold the principles of the CIA principles, confidentiality, integrity, and availability, is what we define data security to encompass. Okay. The Corporate Finance Institute lastly says that the data security comprises a range of techniques and technologies. So techniques and technologies, processes and technologies. Okay, including safeguarding of physical hardware. We mentioned that. Implementation of logical security measures through software application. We mentioned that earlier. And the establishment of administrative and access control. So this is repeating what we mentioned earlier. And adherence to what the policy standards of the organization. So all of these things, please, we need a behavioral, we need the software, we need the infrastructure protection too. Now, if you look at the definitions, IBM focuses on the practice of keeping data information safe, emphasizing every facet of the information security, including physical, logical, administrative, and organizational procedures, which we mentioned. Cybersecurity also gives a concise definition, stressing the data's privacy, accuracy, accessibility, and alignment. Okay, the World Bank mentions protection of personal information, outlines potential risks. Oracle focuses on principle of confidentiality, integrity, and availability. All of these are put together to be able to ensure data protection. So what then it is? Now, if you look at it, both IBM and corporate CFI are emphasizing physical security of the hardware and then logical security through the software. Oracle is talking about data encryption, key management, data reduction, subsetting are all data security best practices. So it's focusing more on the practices. Then the Cybersecurity Center of Excellence centers its own on the alignment with the organization risk strategy. Okay. Then the World Bank emphasizes on unauthorized, unlawful processing of personal information. Okay. Oracle also then focuses on the principles of confidence, CIA. World Bank also looks at secure storage and processing. And then the Center of Excellence also looks at keeping data private and correct. So what then is our definition? So Dr. Divine and I then say that the data security is a holistic approach to protecting holistic approach to protecting digital information from unauthorized access, changes, theft, or exposure, ensuring the three principles: confidentiality, integrity, and then availability. We'll be discussing these dimensions later on in our sessions. This practice encompasses a myriad of strategies from safeguarding of the physical hardware and to implementing of logical software controls to organization policies adherence. And we may end up taking techniques and practices such as encryption, key management, monitoring, limited access controls, all of that to be able to ensure secure, accurate, and accessible. The data is secure, accurate, and accessible to only those who are authorized to do so. What about data privacy? Privacy is more personal. In fact, privacy looks at and then protecting your identifiable information. So that example I gave about AC at 2 years old, AC at 3 years old, is more of a breach of privacy. So data privacy is based on the premise that personal identifiable information, it belongs to you, the individual. And that you, the individual, should determine what should be shared, how that should be shared, when that should be shared, and who can have access to it, or who that should be shared with. So let's get it right, get it through it again. One, that's my personal information. That's my phone number. That's my passport number. That's my electoral number, electoral commission, voter ID number. I should be able to determine what and how and when and whom I'll share with that information with. Besides, I even heard that it is unethical and not right, according to data protection, that you share your you photocopy your Ghana card and give it to a third party. It's actually not supposed to be done. No third party can request for that, but we are still requesting. You go here, you want to process something small, government to ask that go and bring a scan copy of your for ID, and then we go and quickly do it because we want the service. But the bank taking it and then you scanning it, they said it was wrong, and the bank is not supposed to do that. They're supposed to just authenticate and verify that it's you, and then after they pick the number. Okay, I know some of you are thinking, Prof, this one there. If I go to the next place, I go to another shop and they're asking me, I will fight too. Please, if we fight, I'll not be there. You may not get the service. So think twice before you fight. Okay. Harvard Business School also looks at data privacy or information privacy is the subcategory of data protection. So now get it. A subcategory of data protection that brings together the ethical, the legal obligation to protect access to personally identifiable information. So it's not just giving a legal cover, it's giving an ethical cover. Remember, there's not everything that is legal that is ethical, and not everything that is ethical that is legal. Okay. I don't think today it will be too much for us to delve into the differences, but we'll look into those things later. The World Bank says that privacy is adherence to legal and regulatory requirements and established privacy principles in data collection, storage, and processing and sharing. It is crucial to safeguarding personal and confidential information, encompassing a wider domain known as the data governance. Okay, we'll come to data governance later. When we compare the definitions, two of them tend to emphasize on the ownership or control. That the autonomy of the data is you, and then you have personal control over it. Forbes talks about that. But neither Harvard Business School or World Bank directly emphasize on the individual-centric perspective of control, though they touch on the protection of personal data. But they don't emphasize that you, the individual, should have control. I think Forbes is the one who's emphasizing that personal control and autonomy. Then the scope and classification. Privacy is a subcategory of data protection according to Harvard Business School. And the World Bank also says that it's about aligning data privacy and extending the feature by aligning data privacy with data governance. Okay, so now I've seen somebody saying it's under data protection, another person saying under data governance. Forbes doesn't actually point out where it is, but it takes terms of ground that personal data ownership tend to matter. Both Harvard Business School online, and then the World Bank emphasize the ethical and legal obligation related to data privacy. That there's an ethical dimension, there's a legal dimension. And then there is World Bank extends its focus on adherence to legal and regulatory requirements and establish privacy principles throughout the life cycle of data handling. And then Forbes, in contrast, focuses more on the premise and individual rights without delving deep into a legal framework. Okay, so what then is our definition? Our definition of data privacy. Okay, so we say that data privacy is an ethical and legal commitment. One, it's a commitment. It's a commitment. It's a commitment, meaning that we are trying to pledge that we are going to do something. You know, it doesn't mean that we have arrived at that place. It's a commitment. It's an act, a careful thought process that we are committing to do something. Commitment to safeguarding, protecting your personally identifiable information, grounded in the belief that such information belongs to you, Kwamina. So we are committing ourselves that we protect those information. Okay. So somebody has put a story there from Star FM, coming from NIA, Ghana Identification Authority, that no, do not allow your Ghana card to be photocopied. You here. It recognizes an individual's right to control, determine, and restrict how and when with whom their data is shared and communicated. Data privacy encompasses, okay, you are good with time, the adherence to establish legal and regulatory and ethical frameworks during data collection. So the privacy is not just a one-time thing. We are looking at the life cycle of data, collection, storage, processing, dissemination of data. We have to make sure that we are adhering, or our ethical and legal commitment to safeguarding is assured or is certain. Okay. Any questions so far on these things? I know there are a lot. But any questions so far? Okay. So what then is data? What then is data, and how does it affect we see the rest of the things? Somebody said earlier that data in this raw form is not as valuable as if when it is processed. So data then can be seen as raw and unprocessed facts and figures. Somebody mentioned it indirectly earlier. And would have been collected, stored, and analyzed. Okay. It represents an objective description of events, products, actions, behavior, transactions that can be quantified and recorded. Okay, so when we process data, it becomes more valuable and easier to interpret within a given context. So we have different types of data. We have got quantitative data, that's numerical data that can be measured or counted. Qualitative data, that's descriptive data like interviews that can be observed but not measured, such as color, labels, and description, interview engagements. Structured data, organized data that has a specific format or structure, or such as database and spreadsheets, like you see on your Excel sheet. And then unstructured data, like the video, text messages, and emails that you receive. Those are not in any specific format or structure. Even when the person is writing it, he may not necessarily have structure to write it. Okay. So if you look at it, emails, videos, and text are all part of unstructured data. The structured data has to do with the database that you have. Then we also have primary data, the one that you collect yourself for the work you are going to use it for. Then secondary data, the one that maybe Bank of Ghana has collected on their behalf, and then you go to them, ask for permission, and then use it. So those are the secondary data and then the primary data. But then we also have the large complex data that are produced very fast, high variety, high volume, and they tend to fall into the avenue of big data, large complex data sets that are difficult to process using traditional methods. Okay, so we realize that data is represented in binary form and can be stored and processed electronically. But when we make data, give it a context, when we interpret it within that particular context, we are more likely to have more vulnerable insight from that data than previously. So what's the differences between data security, privacy, data governance, protection, and then information security? We have done data security and privacy already, but just to mention that the data security is a component of information security that specifically deals with data in contrast with other information assets. It's foundational to data privacy because without security, privacy cannot be assured. Okay. And they all belong to a border governance, data governance framework. Data privacy. While data security provides means to protect data, privacy is concerned about proper handling of the data. Can they handle my data well? Okay. According to relevant laws and ethical standards, you can have security without privacy. Why? Because your data can be saved from hackers, but can be used inappropriately by the organization that owns it. So, for example, if I leak examination results to from mathematics students and I make their results available to English students, now what have I done? I've breached their privacy. Their privacy has been breached. But while data security provides a means to protect the data may be have been protected. But the way I use it in my delivery of usage, I may have broken some ethical or relevant laws and standards within the institution. So you can have security without privacy, but you cannot have privacy without security. Think about it carefully. You can have security without privacy, but you cannot have privacy without security. Okay. Data governance is that framework that guides us or outline the data, how data is going to be managed and used in the organization. When we bring the data, how we're going to process it, how we're going to manage it, how we're going to deploy it for usage when we finish. Okay, it includes policies, processes, procedures that ensure that data is consistent, trustworthy, and used properly. Now, data governance will embrace both data security and privacy, ensuring that because in the governance framework, you're going to tell us what you're going to do with the security of the data and how you're going to ensure privacy. That's why they are part. But data protection is a broader term than data privacy. Now, data protection can be seen as a combination of data security and privacy measures. While security emphasizes safeguarding data, privacy emphasizes individual rights. When we put the two together, we get data protection. So, in a state of having a good data security and a fairly good data privacy, we can sense that data protection has been achieved or largely achieved. Now, information security, a broader discipline that deals with protection of information assets, can be in digital form or otherwise. It includes data security, but also covers other forms of information such as paper documents. Okay. So we have data privacy, governance, and protection are all closely linked to information security, but focus more on management and handling of those rights associated with data. However, data security is a subset of your information security within an organization. So your information security can cover all types of assets. Data security focus particularly on digital data. Information security may go more. What are the differences between data? Okay, we mentioned that. Now, so in a nutshell, data governance is what will bring everything together, all aspects of data management together. Privacy is about handling the rights and proper handling. It's about rights and proper handling, whilst protection is about both security and privacy. Data security and information security deal more with technical and procedural measures to protect data information, while the privacy will look at the rights and proper handling. And then the data protection will put all of them together. So that brings us to a very good end to what we wanted to know today. I wanted to finish at 8. I think I'll finish at just at 8. Good. So now let's take one or two questions from me. So what have you learned today? What have you learned today? Hello? Yes, Rosemary, go ahead. And for you, I know you my aid.
Data protection is very vital because once sensitive information is exposed, the damage may not be able to, like, you may not be able to undo it.
Oh, interesting. This is a different view. Okay, anybody to add on to what she said? But you're right. Yes, William, go ahead.
Yeah, so not having proper data security and protection can cause financial loss to a company and eventually turn away clients and customers.
Yeah, sure. Hannah B.
So data security is about protecting the data from being misused or stolen, whilst the privacy is to ensure that it's being used well and or legally.
Okay. All right, sir. And then Goswe.
You said you can have security without privacy, but you cannot have privacy without security. That's what you said.
What does it mean?
That's how I understand it. I think your data can be secured. Your data can be secured, but you not get it to be private in the sense that maybe your Gmail, maybe your email information is being secured at maybe in the cloud, but it is published or displayed to other company. If maybe they want to send advertisements to you or any product information to you, that's it being secured, but it's not private, or the privacy is not maybe guaranteed, sorry. But privacy, but you can have privacy without security. I think that one I can't really give actual example about that.
Boss, have we not mixed the thing up? Okay.
That was
Okay. Please, yes, Goswe, go ahead.
so I was saying that the second one I can't really give actual example about it.
Don't worry. Let Goswe go. Go ahead.
Come again.
Oh, it's rather William.
William, sorry,
Watanabe.
William. Agosto, there was the one talking, sorry. How will you can go ahead.
Look, Prof, sorry, I've already spoken. I think it's a mistake. I was supposed to lower my hand.
Okay. Okay. I was reading comments in the chat room. Interesting comments. What are traditional methods? What traditional methods are you talking about? So we can I see your hand up.
Okay, Prof. I've even dropped it in the chat, but just to go over again, what I picked from today's session is that data security is more of keeping data confidential and making it accessible to authorized people and be available when needed. And then the data privacy is more about how we handle personal data, how we handle personal data here. Did you hear me?
Yes, we heard you. And it's very good.
Thank you.
All right, good. Any more? Wrapping up. Okay, Olivia.
I've learned that organizations can stop data breaches by using strong security measures,
What is strong
which
security measures?
like the encryption, the reducing access control, as you said, if you are no longer the head of the department, you shouldn't have access to it.
Okay.
They should also manage the risk issues before it arises, like the FMAX case study, where they were sent the link to update their software, but they refused to do it, which led to the attack.
Thank you very much. Vanessa.
I learned that we should be careful about the kind of information we put out there, especially on social media, because it makes us vulnerable to certain threats.
Hey, Vanessa, we'll come and check whether yours that is not was not vulnerable. Mm, mm.
Okay.
Okay then, Vanessa. Yes, Edith.
Yeah, I also learned that failure to like promptly deal with security breaches can lead to like bigger privacy violations. And also in most organizations, there should be continuous monitoring and auditing across networks and systems to like quickly determine breaches and have like a clear prompt way of dealing with it.
Mm. Edith, you and Vanessa, are you sisters?
Sorry?
You and Vanessa, are you sisters?
No.
You know, people, you sound almost the same. If I was not looking at the screen, I would have thought that it was Vanessa still speaking. Okay, thank you very much. Okay. Um, I've taken note of what you just said with the slangs and everything. Jesse, go ahead.
Prof, I believe they've said it all.
Hey, who has
But
said it
I just
all?
want to
Well, Edith or Vanessa?
both of them.
I hear you.
Yeah, but I just want to add that organizational breaches also affect the company's reputation and goodwill, and also it can lead to hefty financial losses.
Yeah, yeah. The loss of goodwill. The goodwill that you have with your consumers will not be there forever. Little things like these, breaches, not reporting them, letting them go through something for 76 days, all these things can breach the confidence of consumers. And if something happens and consumers find it out through the media, when you could have also informed them, they will not be happy about it. So these things are very, very important. Thank you very much. Edith, your hand is still up. Is there any issue?
Oh, no, I should lower that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so we come to a good end for today. My plane has landed. I think my people are disembarking very well. Somebody is saying data is a new oil in the sense that, hey, Doka, this one, are you putting it there so that you can get marks? It's collecting its raw state that needs to be processed in order to use for Dockers. Hey, this one, we have finished class. What
Extra sheet.
extra sheet I only made here. It's not good. Mm, mm. Dockers blessing. Are you related to the singer? Joyce Blessing. Okay. So thank you very much. And for safe landing, we are good. We can now release your seatbelts and then you use the aisle. When your time is up, you can then disembark from the plane. Thank you very, very, very much. And it's been nice serving you. We had air hostess Hannah B, Vanessa, Olivia, Agnes, Edith, Kafui, Abigail, the first hostess who brought us down. We also had linesmen like Gosway, who gave us light to see where the plane should pass. Kafui, Obri, Yabua, Solomon, Jesse. Somebody came to pass through to come and talk about political things. Yameche. He just talk 1 minute and 1 second and he ran away. But he didn't stay to talk anymore. Okay. Esther Ohima Yabua. You said you're interested in my playlist. Okay. So if you want my playlist, I don't know what you use. So um if you use Apple, I don't know whether you use Apple or what do you use? The lady was asking for the playlist. It depends on what you use, and I can help you.
Right.
Use Spotify.
Yes, please.
Use Spotify, okay. Okay. So if you use Spotify, that's even easier. So okay. Any of them, if you're in any of them you use, you will still get it. But I just wanted to know which would be easier to direct you.
Okay.
Okay, so let me just share my screen. So when you go to Spotify, you look for Believe Over Hope. And then the album I was playing was a continuous playlist. The album I was playing was let me see. The album I was playing is titled let me see, what's the name? Hey. Good Morning Holy Spirit. Yes, that's the album I was playing. So if you go to where's my screen? Okay, good. Now I have a better screen. Let me. So if you go here and then you look at all the albums, you see Good Morning Holy Spirit. Then you have the songs. That's the album I was playing. It's 25 tracks back to back to give it to you. But they have got other very beautiful songs. So you can also listen to Jesus Connect. It is finished. Then you can also check their singles. These ones came, I think, just recently. One of the good songs is My Prophecy and then Mercy Overflow. If you like it, you understand. Okay, so you can get these ones. So album Good Morning Holy Spirit, that's the one I was playing. But I was playing some songs earlier. That one were songs that are now coming up. So I had an exclusive listening to the one of their because I follow the music. Some of their songs are coming up. But these ones are the ones which are there. Okay. I think they are playing.
Thank
They
you very
are
much.
okay, so I'm
Yeah.
able to do that. Okay then, thank you too. I think we have a lot of songs, albums and stuff. Yeah. They also have Christian love songs like this one. Shina take I take a bow. Okay. Thank you very much. So um
Hello,
yeah,
sir.
actually upon those of you want to go right now they are
Hello,
Okay.
sir.
Yes, please let me stop
Hey,
here.
what of Apple?
Can we get the slides for
Yeah,
today?
yes, yeah, I'm putting it in the chat room. Yes.
Okay.
Not in the chat room, in the class page, the page if you join. Yes, on Apple too, you can find the same Apple Music, you can find the same album there. You can find the same group there. Let me see if I can open. Why even use it? Unless on my phone. But if you go to Apple Music, and now they have a new web player, so you can search their web player. Let me see if I can. I can share the. But you the guy who say Apple Music, are you sure you use Apple Music? Ghanaians don't use Apple Music a lot. So you just search for believe over hope. I think that would be part of it. They have some videos that, but yeah, yes, it's there. Okay, you saw it. You saw it. That's it. So on Apple, you also have the same album there, and some of their videos are there and stuff. Yeah. So that's it. Good morning, which one? This one is yes. So there. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay. So please, I think the next looking at the timetable is a very complex timetable. So let's check when I'm supposed to have you again, so that we don't get confused. Let me just check.
No, bro. Same time next week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
I
I don't. There's not like two in a week.
no.
Oh, okay. Then that's good. Same time next week. Okay. Thank you very
Hello,
much.
sir. Hello, sir.
Yes, please.
I think it was explained to us that I don't know whether they said you'll not be getting time to meet us within the week. So we are supposed to spend that 2 hours, 30 minutes with you or something like that. And we are supposed to close 9:30. That's what they said. Because you'll not be able to meet us within the week
Yes,
again.
yes. But if I finish teaching what I should teach, I should still keep you here.
No, but what I mean, maybe next time we will also consider that. That's what I mean.
Oh, boss, if I finish teaching, I finish teaching. Oh, I won't keep you here. Some of you have to get home and stuff. If I finish teaching, I finish teaching. I've also structured my notes and my content. So if I finish, hey, so God's way. Okay, let's sit down to 9:30. I feel like
Oh
about
no, no.
Prof, it's 9. No, it's not 9:30. God's way, please. It's 9.
Sorry, 9 o'clock. Sorry.
already, most of you are tired. You have to get home. Those of you are already home too. You have to get ready for tomorrow. You're going to work. I'm not going to be insensitive and then keep you here till this. If I give you too much information, you will not remember. I'll give you what is necessary. You can understand, be able to contribute back with me. I'll be happy. I can load you so many things. It is not going to change anything much because the crux of the thing you're going, this is a fundamental class, like a introductory class. What you're going to do in data governance is more detailed than this one. So this is just introduction. I can't take introduction into the main. When you are going to marry, because are you married?
Not yet.
That I now understand. When you go to do introduction, you understand there's a difference between introduction and then engagement and then the actual word. Agnes is laughing. You explain it to you. Introduction and pii. Agnes Anna. Agnes, is that true? You are not answering. Or you yourself, you are not married. Okay. So if your introduction goes more than 3 hours, even more than 2.5, there's something happening. Yeah, either introducing your whole world and introducing everything more than necessary. Okay. So there's enough time. We will cover a lot of things and then we'll be able to finish. Thank you very much. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, please can go ahead.
So does that mean we meet you? Does that mean we meet you only five times for the whole semester?
Dr. Gozi. Oh, he's
Yes.
gone.
So yeah, Prof. So I guess like we said, for ours is an elective course, so we are supposed to do the extended. Those who are meeting the twice in a week are actually doing about an
Okay.
hour and a half, an hour and a half. So that will make it 3 hours
Okay.
within the. So if we are also able to extend hours 5 times, we would have also done the same time. But
Yes.
like you said, once we are done teaching what we have to teach, I mean, there's no point. Yes, so we'll meet 5 times in a week, but we'll make sure we cover everything that we have has to be covered.
Are you okay?
Yeah, but for all the other courses, you're going to be meeting twice every week. Those ones, they are very technical. You need theory part and then lab hours. That's why those ones you have to meet twice in a week. Okay.
Because on the course outline, you realize that it was about 10 or 11 weeks or 10, 11 topics for the semester. So I'm just asking because if every week we are
Did
doing,
you hear me when I was talking? I said that some of the things we collapsed into.
yes.
Yes, I said that. And then
Okay, that's fine.
number two, you have an extended document. Some things are readings. Some things are there. I won't teach you. I will tell you to go and read. When you are doing a master's program, it's not everything that you're going to be spoon-fed. Some of them you're supposed to do research on it and come and present it to us. So expect that one to happen. Some of them will be readings. It will be given to you. Your assignments will help you to cover some of the things that you'll be doing. Some of them will also come in the form of a seminar. Like I'm getting somebody on cybercrime to come and talk about it. By the time you finish the seminar, you're talking about 3 or 4 things together. Well, if you are very smart today, the things I've talked about, I've actually talked about some other topics. If you go back and check, I covered some things, I mentioned some things which are supposed to be in other topics, and I said I will continue in another one. So don't worry, you will have enough information to
Thank you very much.
Yeah, please. Yeah. How will you get access to the recording?
don't worry. You have got a
Okay.
class page. The class page, when the recording is ready, to be put there.
Okay, please.
I can even give you last year's recordings for you to listen to, so you can have double.
Okay.
The way you are eager to learn here, I'm even surprised. Hope you'll be eager to do assignments too like this. Some of you are interesting. I'm waiting. Even when we start giving assignments, I hope you won't complain.
Well, yeah, well, let's see what happens anyway.
But I'm happy. I'm happy of the enthusiasm.
Yeah, the enthusiasm is there. Well, it's nice. So let's see if it. I just pray you just it have held throughout the whole program, not just now. I mean, throughout the main program as well. I mean, these are early days yet. So, well, anyway. Oh, thank you.
Thank you very much. So, class, thank you very, very much. And in response to what the gentleman has asked us and stuff, I'll put the document there for you to go through and then familiarize yourself with that. So please, you can look at it accordingly. Mm. Okay. So Levi, please, Levi, which group is this? Is it group 1 or group 2 or group what?
This is group 1. So tomorrow will be group 2, and Wednesday is group 3.
Okay, so tomorrow will be group 2, and then Wednesday will go 3. Okay.
Otagoji. Doc. Doc.
I don't think I think he's signed out.
Okay.
No, sorry, Paul. Okay? So I thought
So somebody was calling you.
Oh,
Somebody was calling you.
okay.
Yes, please. Doc. Please. Oh, sorry. This has to do with my email. My email, I can't seem to be able to access it.
Yeah, the one is it's been worked on by the IT guys. So you'll be worked on. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Early this yet, yeah. So don't worry. At least before the main program or anything, you would have all that sorted out. Okay.
All right, sure. Thank you very much.
Okay. And if anyone is here who hasn't shared or completed the form I shared earlier in the day, kindly share. I want to work on onboarding all of you onto Sakai this evening manually because it's taking
Okay.
quite. Yeah,
So
I've
by
seen.
next week, Saka will be available.
Yes, so I'm doing it manually right now. But I have only 87 what's it called, respondents. So, and we are about 93 already. So I mean, a few people haven't done that. Okay, but anyway, Prof, thank you. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Don't worry. Just before you go, just in response to what the gentleman asked, he says he wants to know what we will do. So, gentlemen, I'm going to put this one on the platform. This one, you now going to bring it. So if your mates beat you, it's up to you. So you have this assignment to do for your class group 1. I think it's a Monday class. You submit it next week, 1 week after Sakai has been set up and stuff. Okay. So you have all about okay, sorry. You have 1, 2, 3, 5 questions. You answer all of them. We'll discuss some of them in class next week. And then after you discuss and stuff, after Dr. Divine gives us Sakai, we will allow you to submit it online. So I'm putting it in the classroom. It's because you asked and you kept on pushing me. So now I've released it for you.
Hey, so please, who asked for the assignment?
The guy who kept on asking about things and kept on talking and saying that we'll cover this, we'll cover this. So I'm going to keep you busy. Mm. We are prepared for you. We were trying to have mercy on you, but the way the guy is talking, don't worry.
He was asking for personal information, not for
But he is the one who is opening and talking. He kept on coming. So we are responding. At least it will help him know how he'll be measured next time.
Pardon us for this week.
No, there's no pattern. The assignment has been done already. It has been put on the platform.
Pardon us for this week. Sakai is not ready yet.
I'm not saying you're submitting it to this week. You submit it after Sakai is ready on 18th. That's it. When they meet you, they'll beat you up. So that's it. It has been put there. Somebody has come to even give a star to it. What? A thumbs up. Yeah, I thought you be check what it is. Dr. Divine. So that is it. So thank you very much. Happy studying. Bye bye. I wanted to give you 1 week break freedom. This gentleman has asked us, so we are giving to him. I think it's gospel.
Good evening, Prof. Please, I think some people are not part of the class group, so they might not be able to see the assignment.
It's on the WhatsApp. It's on the WhatsApp. The WhatsApp, the link has been given to you to join. So tell them that there's an assignment.